Hi, just a warm, hearty welcome to all of you that are tuned into this rewilding retreat, virtual retreat. It's very nice to have you all here, and we are looking at stepping really into our opening up to our true selves, our every beautiful, wild, gifted part of ourselves, and bringing that to the world and really living that from our hearts. I'm Ilse van Balen, and I'm presenting this retreat. And today my guest is Belinda Brasnell. She's an angelic medium and an animal communicator. And we've just missed, she lives with 4 wolves and I think 9 cats or even more. And the one wolf was just lying there, but he just left before this.
And he's just asking to come in.
Okay, he actually wants to be with us for this recording. So Fen is one of the wolves that will be with us for this retreat. So make yourself comfortable, and it's very interesting to see how every person has his own take on this subject. And today we are really going to tap into the angelic guidance and also to the animal kingdom and see what they will help us with and see how they are connected to us in this times of change. So Belinda, I'm actually going to give the floor to you so that you can introduce yourselves and actually tell us how you come from where you were and where you are today in a short, brief, just telling us who you are. I think it's better to hear it out of the horse's mouth. So over to you.
Thank you, Ilse. Yeah, well, I started 19 years ago from a Christian background, and I actually didn't have any idea about angels or animal communication, or didn't have any frame of reference for it. So, but coming from studying engineering and going into a deep depression, anxiety, and trying to commit suicide, the angels started showing up in my life. And I realized I actually had that ability as a child as well. And I started remembering experiencing angels and dead people when I was a child. So my journey just started from there, and with people guiding me, and you were one of them, guiding me towards living this purpose. And on this road, I also started experiencing how my animals communicate with me. I was actually taught by one of my cats, where I realized my cat was trying to say something to me. And I listened, and I committed to really connecting to animals from there on. So yeah, that's my journey in short.
Okay, I want to hear from you. What is your understanding of the term rewilding from your background as an angelic medium and an animal communicator? How do you see rewilding happening in us? I just want to quickly say that I started a rewilding group in Pringle Bay because of the animals and how we as people treat animals. And what I realized, it is actually us that needs the rewilding. The nature just knows what to do, and they can rewild and be who they are without our interference. So the big shift that we need to make is in ourselves. So you can give us what the animals and the angels say. That would be very interesting.
Well, from my journey's perspective, I realized that, we've been living on this planet for a long time, and we keep reincarnating onto this planet, but all the while living separate lives from nature and living separate lives from the essence of why we are here and why we've committed to actually incarnate on Earth. So of course, that was part of the process, this detachment from who we truly were and discovering the essence of our individuality. But at this stage, humanity cannot afford to live within that disconnection anymore. For our souls to expand on Earth right now, it's all about reconnecting to the essence of Earth, of this planet, and assisting this planet's energy to move to a higher vibration.
Mhm.
To do that, we need to understand the planet first. We need to reconnect into being part of that ecosystem instead of separate from it.
That is so true. And I think every speaker so far brought that deep connection to nature, which is so important. So in what way is the change in consciousness that we are experiencing now, and also how is this pandemic actually pushing us to reconnect to nature in some way, get out of our minds and out of our devices and really connect to nature? And how is this, what's happening on our planet now, pushing us to really do that?
You know, at this stage, to me, the pandemic brought so many gifts and beauty, and where we
Exactly.
had to pull back from the essence of humanity and really go deeper into the self with lockdown and being in your own space and with your own family in your space all the time. But for me, obviously, I don't know, I loved it because my husband's working from home, my kids are here. For a lot of people, it was challenging because they weren't used to it.
Mhm.
And now with this pandemic, we are really being shown how we need to reconnect nature to get that nurturing, not from other people and not gain our energy from other people through acceptance or need to be needed or to be seen, but rather from the essence of who am I and how do I find my joy and fulfillment in my everyday tasks. And by that as well, how does nature supply to us? I mean, on physical level, nature supplies our food, our water, our air. It's the very life that we are part of. A lot of people working from home had to see, but gosh, I need to take a break and walk out into the garden now and again because I'm losing my mind in front of this computer all the time. And then also, you know, all of our levels. So that's the physical level. Then we go to the emotional level. How does nature nourish us on emotional level? With beauty, with sunsets, moon gazing, flowers, the gratitude that you receive from nature. And the
Mm.
mental. I mean, when I'm going out of my mind, the first thing I do is go and hug one of my wolves or a tree. So nature supplies all of that to us, but we don't realize we're not present with that pet or with nature. We're always on our phone scrolling or something, you
Mhm.
know. So also on a mental level, we receive that. And spiritually, if you just go into an open space or watch the ocean or go into your own garden and you actually start breathing that essence. I
Yeah.
posted on Facebook the other day how my eldest wolf actually guided me to drink the trees. And he explained to me, but you need to become one with that greenery, with the essence of the tree and actually breathe it in, drink it in, make it part of your essence. And that is what nature supplies to us.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. Um, yeah, have you received guidance from nature self regarding our soul's way forward on this planet? What does nature tell you about how do we have to move forward from now on and not basically recreate the past that we've done so many times before, to really step out of that and create something totally new?
Yes. You know, when I experience the essence of nature, it's this beautiful feminine energy. It's absolutely love, mother energy, that loving guidance that's around you. And although a lot of us feel that we fight for nature and we fight for animals and we fight for the trees, we're still disconnected. I'm
Mhm.
famous in my area for fighting for the trees, and actually also, unfortunately, that once I threw a chainsaw into the road that I took out of somebody's hand. And you know what? I came home and I felt horrible. I felt this isn't me. I'm fighting for something, but it doesn't help because the tree still doesn't make it. And I went and I sat in nature and I asked Mother Nature, why don't you fight back? And she said to me, because I grow back. So I feel we've got so much to learn, with so much in our heads and in us fighting this male energy of control and suffering. And nature is actually trying to guide us towards the divine feminine. And that's the empowered feminine, away from the suffering and being the victim and being in guilt. That feminine energy isn't about saving outside of ourselves. It's about you first. How do you nurture you? How do you love you before you can love anybody else out there? The angels also say to me, we say we love animals, but if you don't love yourself and you're also kind of an animal, you don't radiate that true love and that essence of being that love on earth. And I think that connecting to nature again on a level where earth is a consciousness, earth is a spirit energy that we can connect to and be guided by as to how to live in this space on earth. And obviously we're spiritual beings as well. So how do we bring that spirit energy into our physical body? And nature is guiding us, because we cannot uplift our spiritual bodies to a new energy level, to a new frequency, if we keep adding negative energy like eating meat or negative thoughts, negative patterns. So what do you put into your body? And especially judgment, your own judgment of yourself. Everybody is saying, oh, we're going to this new vibration and we're part of this 5D thing now, but they still don't commit living consciously. And that's our foundation. If we don't do that, we won't be able to evolve as a human race on this planet.
Yeah, or change anything. It's the change happens within ourselves, and that's actually the new consciousness, is changing stuff that's stuck or doesn't bring you joy anymore. It's really stepping into joy and sharing your gift to the world.
Yeah. And so Mother Nature brings that energy of joy. What is your joy? The angels always say your heart is your happy meter. If you make a decision that's not in line with your joy, it's not in line with your higher guidance. And nature is all about joy and peace, because you cannot go out into a space where nature is still true to herself, unexploited by human beings, and feel anything else than peace and joy.
Yeah, exactly. Beautiful. So the next question is, have you received guidance from the souls of animals, and you live with so many animals, as to their purpose for incarnating into this world, and what are they teaching us in this lifetime?
I've worked with lions, I've worked with tigers and rhinos and my wolves, and I mean lots of domestic animals, and they all have one soul message that they want to give us, and it's about living in harmony. So many people say to me, but how can you keep wolves? They need to be free. But where's the space for them to be free? Where's the space for our lions and our elephants and everything to be free? So we are entering a new generation of animals and humans that needs to learn to coexist. And whether it's the animals still in a space where they have some sort of freedom, or sometimes, like a lion soul once told me, she chose to incarnate into captivity, not in a zoo or something, but at a wildlife farm, actually to create that sense of we can live together. And when she passed away, the message that I gained from her soul was really about they are facilitating this transition from where people started breeding with lions and tigers and everything, for us to have that experience and also see But that doesn't work. They're not pets. They are not here to be your ego for you, but they are here to help us with that transition of how can we live with them, but still honor who they are. And for me, with my wolves, it's absolutely honoring them as a wolf, and they honor me as being a human, but we're still part of the same pack. So, and with the rhinos, for example, the rhinos have taught me that we aren't here to save anybody or anything. We cannot, in reality, save a species, but we can learn from what needs to happen. We do evolve. Earth does evolve, and a lot of species have passed. Of course, we must try our best to help that species. But how do we help ourselves first to be aware of living in harmony of a species instead of trying to fight to protect? And I heard a beautiful thing that a ranger said that was protecting the rhinos. It's in a Netflix movie. And he actually said that he couldn't eat meat anymore because he felt he couldn't protect one animal and eat another. And that was so beautiful to me that we still make that and sheep and everything to put into our bodies for whatever reason. So there's a lot to learn if we sit still and listen.
Yes, there are. And for me, it's also a lot about creating awareness. So a lot of people are just not aware. They think we must manage nature and we do it in our way instead of really tuning in and see, but we can respect the way the baboons live. We don't have to chase them and shoot them with paintball guns in the way that's convenient for us. We have to learn to share that space, and we don't have to domesticate them, but we can just create an awareness of that every species has a role to play and has a whole function in the ecosystem. Yeah,
Yes.
what wonderful world it will be if we can all coexist and live happily together, with each one being who he's supposed to come back. Okay, there you're back.
There you are. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so, the thing is also with being vegetarian or vegan, it's not that I'm trying to enforce it. It's not that I'm trying to take action, get people to go there, but it's about living the example. And I'm trying to just help people connect to your body also as a being on this earth and really see what your body needs and expects of you, instead of just saying, I've got a lot of clients saying to me, I'll never stop eating meat, don't even go there. And then about 2 years down the line, something happened in their health situation or something, and they're just completely off meat by choice, not by force or being forced by life or anything. But the beauty is in the transition that we see we can honor life and we can respect life in all ways. And our bodies are here for us and our souls to now find a new way. And I think this is very important at this stage. We are creating a new normal, a new reality. And we are doing the experiments. We are the forerunners. So we are seeing what works, what doesn't work. How can I eat meat? How can I stay away from meat? How can I change what I've been doing in order to respect myself and respect all life, in order to change the consciousness away from this anger and suffering towards love and compassion?
Yeah, and just naming that, that's actually a good thing for us to start one day and just do everything different than you used to do. The way you brush your teeth, the way you put your clothes on, the way you make your breakfast. Just change everything and help us to get out of that stuckness so that we can actually be part of the change that we want into the world. But we can get so stuck in our behaviors and we want this change, but we don't do anything to create a change. So we can just set for ourselves one or other challenge and do something different, their way to work or
Yeah.
whatever, just do it
Yeah.
differently. Yeah,
Also,
okay.
before we continue, I just feel Archangel Michael coming in. So I
Okay,
just want to listen to what he's saying. He's
exactly on
coming in
the
with a very powerful male energy, and obviously angels aren't male or female, but when you sense the male energy, it's about action. And Michael has been helping us a lot to shift ourselves from the negative mind to the positive mind. So he's helping us be aware of where we go down that rabbit hole of what we've believed before, what was our old normal or what's expected. And he's helping us to transcend towards choosing positive things and making new decisions. So let me just see what he wants to say.
Okay, perfect. That was the next question.
Michael really comes through with a sense of humor, but he says his main message for humanity is to chill,
To chill.
to relax, because we're still trying to force. We're still trying to force the change. We want to fight to change something.
Yeah.
And this whole feminine energy and changing the mindset, he says, is about getting out of that stuckness and that doing. So he's showing me release the doing, surrender. And remember, we've been working on surrender for a couple of years. Those who have been watching my YouTube videos weekly will know that even since the start of 2019, we've been working on going into surrender. And by the start of 2020, Archangel Michael said that we've now rewritten the law of nature. We cannot force anything anymore. It's all about surrender. And for 2020, the training wheels were still on, but now the training wheels are off. So Michael is trying to make people aware that angels are available. And he's showing me that please just ask. People forget to ask. People think they need to do everything themselves, even change their mindset. Whereas if you just say that intention that I want to, the angels will actually show you where you go back down into old ways and to make a new decision in that moment. And the Archangel Gabriel is also coming through, and he's showing that he is helping us on the emotional side, because we are feeling very vulnerable right now. And they understand, and we are feeling that we don't know which way to go. But he says this is where we also learn compassion for ourselves. Not expect too much, to not judge too much. And Archangel Michael, Gabriel also says that, you know, what we're going through hasn't been written before. It hasn't been planned. It's all part of the evolving earth and what we are creating on earth. So there's no handbook. The angels also don't know. They're just standing by to support us in this process, because it's for the good of all. It's for the good of spirit and humanity and earth and the whole consciousness. So what he's showing me is that just take it one moment at a time. And that coordinates with what Michael said, just chill. You know, it's don't plan ahead. Don't plan action. I need to do this. I need to change this. I need to create awareness about this. Just be it. Be conscious and aware in every moment, and allow yourself to be guided. And get yourself a practice, is what Gabriel is saying. We need a spiritual practice or practice daily that just helps us to center and calm the mind. Go out, go and walk in nature, take your dog for a walk, or meditate, do yoga, go for a run, whatever helps you to relax the mind. Do it to set that platform to be able to connect to spirit in a deeper way, so that you can receive the guidance. And Gabriel is saying that will just lift all the effort from your shoulders, because nothing is expected of you. And the more you listen and the more you are aware, the more you will know in every moment how to act, how to react, and how to change your mind and your way of thinking so that you start changing your practice and how you live and create your life.
Okay, and that you can really tune into the rewilding yourself in that process. It's actually a much easier way to live, to just follow that inner knowing, which actually knows everything, so that you can walk the path without this hard work and bumping against this and bumping against that. It's like really rewilding yourself to come to your true essence and then live life from that place. Yeah,
and
that's
rewilding, with nature, this getting what you need out of nature, getting the seeds, getting the berries, go out, plant things in your garden that you can physically go and pick. Enjoy that color, enjoy the experience of creating your plate of food.
Okay, you're back. Yes, and also the abundance of nature. I've started a little vegetable garden, and you plant one tomato seed and it just takes over. So in nature, it's actually showing us how abundant life is, and sometimes we can get so stuck into scarcity. So really live an abundant life. Yeah. Okay, you're back. I don't know what was on and what was off. Seems like the internet is a bit of a problem. But yeah, I think we left it off with the abundance of the universe. But then you said you wanted to do a meditation or something. Is there anything else that you want to talk about before we go into that?
If you heard everything that I said about collecting the seeds and the berries, well, did you hear all of that?
I heard that, and then I just added to that you can plant one tomato seed and get ample for this year, and then they will just reseed themselves for next year. And so abundant is the universe. So if we can tap into that abundance for ourselves.
And the rats. Yeah. The birds and the rats and everything gets up. That just made me think as well of, I was brushing the wolves the other day, and I mean, 5 minutes of brushing them and it looks like a fun party in my garden with all the hair everywhere. But I just leave it on the grass, because the next day, as I sit here in my office and I'm looking out over the garden while I'm talking to my online clients, I see all the birds coming and collecting those hair for their nests, and it's so
mattresses. Beautiful. Yeah, lovely.
And it's like, you don't even see it as a gift. But every action is conscious, and every action can be a gift on some level.
Yeah.
Yourself and to them.
Beautiful.
So the visualization I want to do is about this, that we are moving to a higher level of consciousness. Now, what the angels explained to me is that we are trying to get our bodies lighter, like I said before, by eating in a way that helps us to become light, in thinking in a way that helps us to become light, in taking actions that's in line with lightness. Now, this isn't holiness. This is all about becoming enlightened beings. So it's not to be mistaken for, look at me. It's about what is my own experience in life, and how am I able bring my soul energy, my soul personality into this body so that it can be visible on earth. How do people look in my eye and see my true self? Mm-hmm. So in order to do that, there's also an exercise visualization that you can do that the angels have taught me. So you just bring your hands into prayer, into the heart center. And remember, we press our hands together. So to feel all the power points in the hands pressing together, and to bring it into the heart center. And you just close your eyes and you start with a simple breathing. That's inhaling for 3 counts, holding for 4 counts, exhaling for 5. You can start with that, and then you can increase the counts as you are able, just to aid in the relaxation. And as you feel yourself relaxing, just imagine your heart center opening up to all the love around you, to all the love that you have to share. And the deeper you relax, the more your heart rate slows down. You feel your crown opening up to the universe. And imagine connecting through your crown, up through a golden cord, to your higher self, your soul energy that's always present on the other side, in the other dimensions. And as you connect that soul energy, just keep breathing and imagine bringing in more of that soul energy. The more we allow our bodies to become light, the more we attune our bodies to become a vehicle for greater amount of soul energy. And whenever you feel stressed or down, or that you struggle to receive your guidance, just take a moment to sit like this and to connect with your soul. To see that soul energy coming in, filling this physical body, expanding within. Just allow yourself to breathe it into each and every cell of your physical body. Make a conscious decision to allow the soul energy to stay and to be present in your daily life, to guide you in all your actions and awareness, to guide you in your thinking, your emotional needs, and your physical needs. Just allow it to figure in yourself. And then when you are ready, you can open your eyes. We are too aware of one part of ourselves. Some people are very much in the mind, and then the spiritual is there on the side. Other people are very physical, athletes or whatever, and then spiritual, the emotional, pushed to the side. You know, and other people are more spiritual, like me. The angels always say to me, I spend so much time in the spiritual that I neglect the body. So, you know, we need to now start living in a way where all four of those levels build upon each other and support each other. So we need to start seeing how we create the physical to support the others, create the emotional to support the others, the mental to support the others, and then also the spiritual to inform others.
Yeah, to be truly balanced beings. Yeah.
Yes.
Wonderful, because each one needs each other, like we need nature, and the different aspects of nature, we all need our different bodies as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, lovely. Thank you so much. Just the last thing, in the email that you've received with this recording, there's a button that you can push to get the free gift from Belinda. And that is a meditation where you can connect with your animal, spirit animal, which is a lovely meditation. So you can do that. And then I will also put all your details if people want to connect with you. Belinda does lovely angel messages, and she also can connect you with loved ones that passed over. I don't know if there's something that you want to share with what you give and how people can reach out to you some courses and stuff that you do?
Yes, well, I'm available for online sessions all over the world. So I do the spiritual guidance, your life guidance, also connecting to people on the other side. And sometimes it's just a combination for the two because they come through as they need to. And then also I do a 3-month spiritual life coaching that you can connect with me for, and then spiritual retreats as well. So connect with me on Facebook and Instagram, and you'll definitely receive the information there.
Cool, and we'll put all the links down on this email below. And yeah, I know Belinda's got a lovely retreat here in Pringle Bay very soon in November. So yeah,
That's
that's
all
also
about
lovely.
well-being and
Fantastic.
connecting.
Fantastic. Yeah, so it's sometimes nice now to start reconnecting with people again. We were so just on internet for a long time. So yeah, if you still have time or space, it would be lovely to connect in that way. And thank you so much. It was really lovely and inspiring. Let us all become this wild people, wild women again, and embrace our feminine and masculine and connect with our inner guidance, that then the path actually gets so much easier.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Belinda.